Hey, what's going on, my good people? In this video right here, I want to look at some of the details surrounding Jelani's disappearance and his death. Things like his clothing, things like the location of where his items were found. And not only that, time. Timing is everything, okay? And what we've come to learn is that the devil is in the details. So, let's break down the details. Come on, ride with me. On Tuesday, August the 25th, Kara came out and told us that Jelani was supposed to meet with her that morning, but he missed the meeting. And then Carmen told us that he was seen up at that school at about 6:50 a.m. He had logged into a computer up there. He's doing work. He's putting in patient notes, things like that. He's working, okay? And when Carmen said that when she first found out he was missing, one of the first things she did was check his bank records. And she saw that he had purchased something from Starbucks up there on campus. Now, if you look at this map right here, Starbucks is not that far from the Bone Student Center. 3 minutes in a car, to be exact. And I was like, I wonder what time he went to Starbucks. And I still haven't narrowed down the time, but what I can tell you is that Starbucks don't open up till 7:30. So he's at Starbucks after 7:30. So what we know is that he's up there already on campus for about an hour, at least an hour, give or take. Now, Kara told us that he missed the meeting, but he's up there for almost an hour, at least. And so the lingering question for me was, why did he miss the meeting? I don't think he would have been that irresponsible. And then not only that, don't you think he would at least like sent her a text like, hey, look, I'm running late, or something else came up? None of that. It wasn't none of that. Kara didn't tell us that. Okay? All she know is that he missed the meeting. But as you can see by this surveillance footage, he's up there and he's dressed. He got on a nice button-up blue shirt and some black slacks. Those clothes right there that you see him in was later found in his apartment. So what that tells me is that after Jelani left the campus, he made it home. I'm suspecting that Jelani may have been home for about an hour before he headed back out. And he ended up at Beyond Hello in Bloomington, Illinois. And as you can see, he's caught on surveillance there. And he has on different clothes. He got on t-shirts, shorts, and a hat. Okay? Now, from the campus, Beyond Hello is about 10 minutes. But take note of the fact that there's 2 dispensaries in that area. There is a Beyond Hello weed dispensary in Normal, Illinois. And looking at this map, it's about 6 to 8 minutes from the campus. And they open up at 8 o'clock. I looked them up. So if he's already up there on campus, we know Starbucks don't open up to 7:30. Why not just go to the weed dispensary in Normal, Illinois? They open up at 8. So they were either open or about to open by the time he left campus. So why not just go there? Instead, Jelani went home first, changed his clothes, and he ended up at the Beyond Hello Weed Dispensary in Bloomington, Illinois. And they open up at 9 o'clock. Okay? They open up at 9. He showed up at 9:12. And now, I don't know exactly how far or where Jelani lives, but it makes me feel like he lives closer to this one, which is why he went there. And like I said, he's there as soon as they open. Now, one of the other things that I found out is that this weed dispensary accepts debit and cash for purchases. Remember, Carmen told us that when she checked his bank records, she saw that he purchased something at Starbucks. She didn't mention anything about Beyond Hello. So that tells me that he used cash there. Jelani was seen leaving this dispensary at 9:21. So he in there about what, 10 minutes. He in and out. And this was the last place that his cell phone pinged. So what happened after that?
I later learned that the last ping on his phone was at 9:20.
Now, the fact that the last cell phone ping was in this area tells me one or two things. Either he willingly turned his phone off when he left up out of there, or or somebody caught up with him in that area, took his phone, meaning somebody else turned the phone off, and the family has yet to find the phone. Now, Kara told us that Jelani had a class at 1 o'clock, and he missed the class. And she said that that was unlike him. So we looking at about a 3.5 hour window from the time he left that weed dispensary up until his scheduled class time. About 3.5 hours. So is it safe to assume that something happened to him within this small window of time? Now, on Wednesday, August the 25th, Carmen officially reported Jelani missing. She did that evening, okay? And not even 24 hours later, his car was found in Peru, Illinois, about an hour from where he was last seen. And now, don't forget, they told us that the last cell phone ping was at the weed dispensary. So, if they want us to believe that Jelani drove himself up there to Peru, Illinois, you mean to tell me he drove an hour without using his phone? I mean, without nobody calling, texting, nothing? Nah, I don't believe that. And not only that, who found the car? I would really like to know that. Who found the car? Because the car was found in a wooded area and they said that the car was concealed, meaning somebody tried to hide it. Then they said that the license plates was missing. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. I mean, if the license plates are missing, that means that somebody didn't want that car registered or found in connection to Jelani. This seems so organized to me, like organized crime. Whoever this person is or whoever did this, they knew to turn that phone off. They knew to get rid of that phone. They knew to take the license plates off the car. They knew to hide the car. And so, you know what? Here's another thing. Now, even with the license plates being removed, you could still track a vehicle with the VIN number. I wonder if the VIN number was altered in any way. Whether it was or whether it wasn't, don't even matter. They connected that car to Jelani. And they told us that they found clothes in the trunk of that car. In this article right here, it said, according to officers, they will not be wearing the clothing in the footage from Beyond Hello because they were in his car. Okay? Now, this picture right here is what he was last seen wearing. Now they're telling us that the shirt and the hat in particular was found in the trunk of this car. And remember I told y'all, I said, well, that means he's somewhere without a shirt on with just his short and his shoes. I mean, 2 plus 2 equal 4. And for them to have found those clothes in the trunk of that car, what that told me was Jelani didn't make it back home after leaving that dispensary. So police came out looking for surveillance footage from this area, okay? And this video surfaced and was recorded on August the 25th, which would have been that Wednesday. Police thought that this may have been Jelani. You know, they was given this footage, and on Friday, August the 27th, they sent that footage to Carmen that Friday. And Carmen told them, no, that's not Jelani. She was clear on that. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was arguing with people through email talking about that. Now that's Jelani in that footage. I'm like, his mama said it wasn't. And understand this, as a mother, we know our children. I don't care if we get a good look at the face, but we know our children. We know their walk, we know their movements. If she said that was not her son, then it's not him. And then guess what? Just recently, the Peru Police Department came out with this statement. They said they found the guy in the footage. They found him. He's no longer a person of interest, and that he was in that area pursuant to his employment. And I was like, what? I was like, so I'm wondering if he one of them guys, had they come around talking about you need your grass cut. Like, was he out there like working? Because the person who sent the police this footage said they didn't know him. So, I mean, what was he doing out there? But you know what? It don't even really matter at this point. They said that he's no longer a person of interest. We can move on from that. Okay? We still riding though. Approximately 7 days after they found Jelani car, listen to Carmen tell us what they found on or around September the 2nd.
Jelani's wallet was found. Um, it was found on some street. I'm not for sure exactly what the street was. There was an individual whom I don't know whom this individual was that claims to have seen an individual drop the wallet. Someone wearing red shirt or red shorts is unsure of what this person was wearing, but they didn't tell the police until, I don't know, several days after this wallet was found.
Okay, so wait a minute. Who found the wallet? Who found that wallet? So this person, whoever this is, said that it was reported that they saw the person who dropped it. And then Peru police came out and confirmed that on September the 2nd, or around September the 2nd, the wallet was found, and that it was found only a few blocks in a straight line east of the car. So that's why they were thinking he was walking around this place. Okay? And not only that, whoever this person is that found the wallet said that the person that they saw dropped it had on either a red shirt or red shorts. Now, if we think about what was found in the car and what Jelani would have potentially been wearing, which would have just been some shorts and some shoes, I mean, are we to think that at some point he put on a red shirt? I don't think so. I don't think he was the one who dropped that wallet. Okay. On September the 3rd, Carmen went and gave a speech up at the ISU campus. A very powerful speech. If you ain't seen it, I suggest you watch it. But I'm going to show y'all a portion of it right now.
I know going forward, if you hear something, if you sit in here and you know something, if you've seen something, it's not too late to tell. I need to know because I need to have my son back home. Like that song she just sung that says, I need you to survive. I need Jelani to survive. My life is not nowhere the same if I didn't have Jelani here with me to survive. So I need y'all to help me find my son.
Yeah, that was a very powerful speech. And like I said, if you haven't seen the whole thing, I suggest you go watch it. Her speech made me cry. And you hear her begging and pleading with anybody who had seen anything, who had known anything, to come forward. That's what she wanted. And she begged for that in this speech. And guess what? Sometime after this speech, police received a tip that led them to this river. And based off of this tip, they had about 7 agencies out there searching. 7 of them. So to me, that tip was credible enough for them to show up the way they did. And Jelani's body was found on September the 4th, just before 10 a.m. Who gave that tip is what I want to know. Where did that come from? Who called that in? I mean, and then not only that, were they in attendance at the speech? Are we looking at somebody who maybe have a guilty conscience? Because again, that tip was credible enough for them to use all those agencies, go out there to the river and find him. They found him based off of this tip. Listen to what Carmen said after they found Jelani's body.
So he didn't park his car there. Then they want me to believe that he parked his car there and he walked his little happy self to this riverbank, took off his shoes and socks and his shorts, and put himself in the water and drowned himself. Number one, my son was on the swim team and he could swim.
Yeah. So the information that Carmen got, it was like she felt like they were telling her like he didn't park his car, hid his car, and then walked to this river and came up out his clothes. Because understand this, Jelani was found naked in the river. So he ain't got no clothes on when they found him. And police didn't say they found any clothes. But what they did say was that they found a lanyard not far from where the body was.
There was his lanyard with his school ID was found close to the river where they found this unidentified body. So we don't have a lot of information.
And what confused me about that is several articles that I read worded it so funny. I was like, was it his lanyard or was it someone else's? Because even like in this news article right here, it says that though his Jelani's wallet was found, the lanyard belonging to another student was also found. And I'm like, another student? Who? Whose lanyard was found out there? Was it Jelani's or not? Now, when I heard Carmen mention that Jelani was a swimmer, my mouth dropped. Because what that told me was, if he's a swimmer and they want us to believe he drowned in this river, Jelani was either injured or dead before he even hit that water. Know that. We know that all those police agencies out there covered that area looking for evidence. And all they came up with was that lanyard. Okay? So listen to Carmen talk about his clothes. Pay attention.
Today they contacted me because they wanted me to identify some clothing that was found along the river bank where this unidentified body was found. Today they wanted to tell me that there were two females from the ISU campus that found this clothing. And keep in mind, the search that took place when the body was found, this clothing was found a mile from where this body was found. All of a sudden, my frustration now is that they keep telling me that they have these witnesses that find things. There was a witness that found his wallet, but who is this witness? Why aren't they talking up? Now it's these two girls from ISU that were doing their own investigation. It's how things are being taken care of, how things are being conducted. You know, that body was found on September 4th. Today is September 22nd, and a mile from where the body was found, now there's clothing discovered by two ISU students, quote unquote, that were out doing their own investigation, that knew where to look, that At first, when they seen the clothing, this is what I was told, that they didn't think nothing of it. They got in their car, they drove away. But then they looked at a picture of Jelani and decided, oh, that's what Jelani had on. And then they called the police. Who are these girls?
Okay, so wait a minute. So after police found his body, they scoured this area and only found a lanyard. And then 2.5 weeks later, two females from ISU campus goes back out there and find his clothes. Is that what they telling us? How did they know where to look? And if those clothes was only found within a mile of his body, why didn't the police find them? It makes me think that they went over there. Either those clothes weren't out there, or the police wasn't really looking. They didn't look that far. You understand what I'm saying? I got a strong feeling that somebody on that campus knows exactly what's going on with him. Somebody over there on that campus knows what it is. I'm telling you. My gut is telling me that. And then for him to go missing from the campus or from that area and then end up an hour away in Peru. And let me tell you something. I got to looking around. I wanted to know what type of city this was. And this is a predominantly white city. It was like 97% white people and 0.4% blacks. Not even a whole percent of us out there. And so, just so to make it a little more clear for you, if they got 10,000 people out there, only 40 of them look like me. Yeah, that type of city. And I'm going to say this, and don't judge me, okay? But out of the 40 of us, they probably act like them. I'm just, I'm just saying. I mean, it seems like, I get this like creepy vibe from this city. Like it's where maybe the Ku Klux Klan living out there. I don't think it's safe for our kind. And that's why I believe that that car was hidden after dark. Okay? Somebody did that after dark. And then, we got his car over here, the wallet over there, the lanyard up there, the body down here, the clothes round there. Come on, man, that's not suicide. This felt deliberate to me. Like his stuff was left around on purpose. Because they want us to think that he was just walking around dropping shit. No, I don't think that's how this happened. Somebody went through great lengths to cover this up. Turning off the phone, taking the plates off the car. How many of y'all got friends that'll know to do that? The average person is not thinking about removing plates and turning off phones and no. This felt deliberate. Like his stuff was spread it all around this city on purpose. They didn't want him found. Know that. And understand this, because I got a lot of heat off of the video that I did about the professor. And guess what? I don't even care. Don't even care. I saw I'm a racist and all kind of shit. What? And I'm like, what? Who? Me? No. No. My grandbaby mixed. Know that. I'm far from racist, but I ain't stupid either. And just in the last few years, we've seen white people kill us in broad daylight, on camera. So if you thought for 1 second I was going to give Kara a pass, I'm not. And I don't care how you feel about it. Know that. What I'm certain of is that somebody on that campus knows exactly what's going on with Jelani. They know. And guess what? We know too. So, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll be back.
So make the news, nigga, and watch what happens. If you make it over here on this channel, nigga, we on your ass.
Okay.